event. Highway 101 construction is doing more than slowing traffic through Carpinteria. Tonight, we hear how it's affecting businesses. And an emergency alert sent to Santa Maria residents over a weekend standoff and shooting. Police describe what happened. 20 minutes of non-stop news and weather starts right now.
Now, with coverage from wherever you are, this is Fox 11 News Live at 10.
Thunder and lightning in Santa Barbara. It's our top story tonight at 10. Good evening. Thank you for being with us. I'm Scott Hennessy. We begin with the rain and lightning around the South Coast. You're taking a look here at video our team captured tonight in Santa Barbara. Let's take a look. Rainbows seen across town as well. Chief Meteorologist Kelsey Gerkins has our live storm tracker working as we see some rain in a front yard there, lightning around the harbor and around Santa Barbara. It has been quite a day with this storm. Kelsey, where is it now?
This storm really still impacting our area, and it is not over yet. Take a look at the live the last 3 hours, and we are still going to be seeing a lot more active weather as we go into those overnight hours. I do want to zoom on in to where we are currently seeing that activity locally, and it's right now right around Point Conception. So Lompoc, you really haven't seen much of the storm today, but at this hour you're starting to. Right at Point Conception, the yellow, the reds showing you where we are having a downpour at this time. Seeing a little bit come into right along the central coast, not making its way quite into Santa Maria, but we are seeing it in the neighborhood of Vandenberg. You can see downtown Santa Maria nice and dry with just some very light showers coming in Buellton. Now the place that got hit pretty hard today, got some really impressive rain totals, Santa Barbara South Coast. At this hour, Santa Barbara South Coast nice and dry. I'm seeing a little bit of moisture come in right there into the Carpinteria area, highlighted by that green there. But I want to show you why the storm is not over yet. All this action we saw earlier today came from down south, this area of low pressure down to the southeast, and that's what we have heading our way. Once again, look at all this action heading from San Diego County into Orange County, Los Angeles County. It is really packing quite a punch, Scott, and there is a good chance that a lot of this power will make its way into Santa Barbara County here as we go into those overnight hours. I'll talk more about that coming up in just a couple of minutes, but for now, back over to you.
We continue our team coverage. You are likely to remember where you were during tonight's thunderstorm. Fox 11's Tracy Lair was in Carpinteria and has some reaction.
Thunder and lightning filled the skies. When this storm moved up the coast, people took notice. The discharge of electricity added to the golden hour as the sun set. As the air expanded, it created those booming sound waves. For instance, here and there, it made night look like day.
This time when people are talking about the weather, they really have something to talk about.
It's crazy. Sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's hot, and right now it's water, so it's crazy all the time.
It was truly exhilarating. I went out here to take pictures of the sunset, looked to my left and got a pre-lightning and thunderstorm, and we don't usually get that out here, so it was really awesome to see.
People weathered the storm to take pictures and videos so they could compare notes. Carpinteria, Santa Barbara, Oxnard, Camarillo are just some of the places people experienced this storm. Many people are hoping the weather brings more badly needed rain. In Carpinteria, Tracy Lair, Fox 11 News.
Yeah, it has been a sight to see tonight. Make sure you download the First Alert weather app so you can track the storm. You'll be able to check out our live radar, get immediate alerts and an accurate outlook ahead. It is free to download. We're going to show you some pictures we got sent in from you, our viewers, a little bit later on in this half hour. Today is the first day Allen Hancock College is requiring students and staff to be fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Fox 11's Karen Cruz Arduña shows us how day one of the requirement looked on campus.
Changes are happening at Allen Hancock. As of Monday, being fully COVID vaccinated is a requirement.
All students, faculty, and staff either have to be vaccinated to come on campus,
or those who are unvaccinated must show proof of a negative test. Administrators say a few weeks ago, over 70% of students and staff on campus have met the requirement. That number has increased since.
1,500 students submit their proof of vaccination. And on top of that, another 550 or so are actually have their first shot done now.
Virtual town hall meetings were also held for students to ask questions about how the process works. The college says so far, students and staff are getting the hang of the requirement.
If you're vaccinated and you don't want to tell anybody, that's okay, but you still have to come and get tested. So we're providing the testing resources for everyone, but every day, every student coming on campus will be screened.
Cuesta College in San Luis Obispo County is also preparing for the vaccine requirement.
Including next week, we will again be doing open information booths on campus as we continue with our last push around the vaccine.
Everyone at Cuesta College is required to be vaccinated by October 15th. Karen Cruz Orduña, Fox 11 News.
The sheriff's office says more progress is being made when it comes to containing the COVID outbreak at the Santa Barbara County main jail. As of today, the number of active cases is down to single digits, with 5 remaining. There have been 90 cases so far during the outbreak, which started in August. 84 inmates and staffers have recovered. 1 inmate was released from custody. The State Department of Public Health is going to help out with ongoing COVID testing for inmates. The Highway 101 widening project has led to the temporary closure of a busy on- and off-ramp in Carpinteria. And as Fox 11's Tracy Lair reports, it is impacting businesses, workers, and tourists.
Widening the 101 comes with sounds of construction in Carpinteria and the temporary closure of the Santa Monica Road off and on ramps. For the past 2 weeks, it's put the brakes on some business.
Well, the worst part is the disruption to business and the amount of sales that I'm losing every day. You know, it's down to less than half of what I normally do. The best part is when it's all said and done, we'll have what should be a better intersection, controlling the traffic both in the morning and the evening when it's so heavy that it's a long backup.
Caltrans and Santa Barbara County Association of Governments says parallel projects going on at the same time include putting utilities underground and a new signal, crosswalks, and bike lanes. Business is slow at the 7-Eleven and Chevron too. And workers at nearby hotels are getting used to detours.
I've been getting late to work.
Education First exchange students staying at the Sandyland Reef Inn until they're placed with local host families are hearing it.
Sometimes it's difficult for me to sleep at night.
Crews work overnight and break around 3 p.m. Taxpayers are footing the bill and crews are trying to be responsive. When Risdon complained about the construction dust, crews started watering down the dirt before quitting time.
Caltrans says the ramps will be back open November 22nd, weather permitting. In Carpinteria, Tracy Lair, Fox 11 News.
A car crashed into a building in Santa Maria this afternoon, causing major damage to both the car and the building. It happened near Thornburg and Cypress. Santa Maria fire crews worked to stabilize the structure and the building was red tagged. There were no injuries reported. People throughout Santa Maria received an emergency alert to shelter in place during a police standoff over the weekend. Fox 11's Patricia Martellotti tells us what the department is saying about the move.
People throughout Santa Maria got this emergency alert during a late-night armed standoff.
I feel more at ease that we have those kind of alerts to keep us, if we were out, to keep us in place and to keep us safe.
Well, I'm glad because, you know what, it keeps us aware of what's going on around us.
Santa Maria police arrested a suspect shooter early Sunday morning after a 7-hour standoff in the area of Taft Street.
As our officers arrived, they started to approach the house, and while doing so, the subject fired a round at one of our officers. Fortunately, it missed the officer and struck a vehicle.
Officers say the man then started jumping fences, going from yard to yard.
That's very dangerous. You know, oftentimes we receive threats, but for somebody to actually carry a threat out, especially a threat with a firearm, is extremely dangerous, not only for us, but for the public as well.
So the department decided to issue an emergency alert for the community's safety.
You're aware of, if there's a stand, you don't want to be out there and get caught in a crossfire, or your kids or anybody else, you know. But yeah, I think that is good.
When you do receive the emergency alert on your phone, police ask that you not call 911 or the non-emergency line.
That bogs down our phone system so that it makes it difficult for us to answer actual emergency calls. So I ask that you not call, just monitor social media, and our emergency alerts that we send out with further instructions.
In Santa Maria, Patricia Martellotti, Fox 11 News.
The makeup of the Santa Barbara City Council could change with the outcome of the November 2nd election. As Fox 11's John Palmentary reports, the ballots are heading out to voters now.
I got my sample ballot yesterday, or I picked it up in the mail actually this morning at my P.O. box.
Voters in Santa Barbara are now deciding if they want a change in leadership at Santa Barbara City Hall. Election material has arrived and many are sorting through the candidates and issues. For some voters, they're still doing their research before marking their ballot, and they want to be up to speed.
I try to be. I think it's really important to be. And I did pick up the Montecito Journal just a day or two ago. So I'll take a look and see what they have to say.
There's a heavy load of material in the media and in the mailboxes from the candidates now that the ballots are out. The mayor's race has incumbent Cathy Murillo seeking re-election and 5 other candidates challenging her for what will be a 5-year term this time around. They include Randy Rouse, Deborah Schwartz, Mark Whitehurst, James Joyce, and Matt Kilrain. There are big issues with housing costs, homelessness, homeless fires, concerns about the look of the promenade going forward, the economy overall, and the rebound from local emergencies.
Not only through COVID, we were through a disaster that was crippling to one part of the district.
Some voters are turning their ballots around right away.
Yeah, we're ready.
In this vote-by-mail election, these voter drop boxes, including a new one in front of City Hall, should be busy. One voter says that's his preference.
Drop box.
How fast?
Fast, I hope.
Like this week?
What do you think? Yeah, this week.
At the main post office, one voter said she's decided and won't wait long to vote by mail.
No, I don't actually. For the governor, I immediately brought it over.
But with so much on the line, including 3 council seats in this election, some voters will vote either close to or on Election Day, November 2nd.
I'm going to think about it and probably wait until pretty close to Election Day. Yeah, there are some things to evaluate about the candidates, and I'm not sure.
In Santa Barbara, John Palmentary, Fox 11 News.
Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp are now back online tonight after a lengthy outage today. The platforms all went out this morning. Users could not get onto the Facebook website at all for about an hour. Instagram and WhatsApp were still opening, but users couldn't post anything, send messages, or load new content. It's unclear what caused the outage. Facebook says it worked as quickly as possible to get things back to normal. The outage comes as Facebook is accused of using its algorithms to amplify hate and misinformation on the platform to extend user engagement. A whistleblower at the center of that controversy spoke with 60 Minutes. Frances Haugen admitted she was the person who released tens of thousands of pages of internal Facebook research documents. She claims the documents show how the social media giant amplifies hate and spreads misinformation and political unrest, and that the company knows about it and hides it.
There were conflicts of interest between what was good for the public and what was good for Facebook. And Facebook over and over again chose to optimize for its own interests, like making more money.
A spokesperson for Facebook wrote, "Every day our teams have to balance protecting the ability of billions of people to express themselves openly with the need to keep our platform a safe and positive place. To suggest we encourage bad content and do nothing is just not true," end quote. Crews are desperately trying to stop a 144,000-gallon oil spill from spreading farther into the Pacific Ocean. Thick, greasy crude oil from an underwater pipeline is lining miles of beaches from Huntington to Newport, forcing them to close. The sludgy tar is also contaminating pristine coastal wetlands. Wildlife care experts are rushing to the area right now to save animals smothered in oil.
This oil spill constitutes one of the most devastating situations that our community has dealt with in decades.
The leak happened at a depth of less than 100 feet and roughly 4.5 miles offshore. Authorities are looking into whether a ship anchor struck the underwater pipeline causing the spill. Health officials are warning people not to swim, surf, or exercise by the beach because of the potential health hazards. It is Fire Prevention Week, and local firefighters are offering up some important safety tips. They're focused on a key part of every home that's easy to forget about. Fox 11's Reed Harmon has more for us.
While we wait for rain to return and bring the end to high fire season on the Central Coast, the truth is that season never stops. CAL FIRE and the U.S. Forest Service has reported nearly 7,800 fires this year, spanning over 2.4 million acres across the country, which are lower numbers than last year, but it's only October.
Historically, we do have some pretty significant fires down in Southern California during this season, so we're just getting prepared for that upcoming season.
It's Fire Prevention Week, and firefighters are using that to spread awareness to help people stay out of dangerous positions.
Knowledge is power, and if every year we provide a different theme to continue to educate the public on the potential risks.
This week's theme for fire prevention is learning the sounds of fire safety, which includes making sure that these things are always working properly.
Structure fires occur in homes that have no smoke alarms, and those fires result in the deaths of hundreds of people.
According to National Fire Protection Association, smoke alarms reduce the risk of dying in a home by 55%. But when batteries die, at-home fire deaths are more likely.
So you're going to want to change the batteries out every 6 months, and a good rule of thumb is to change the batteries out when you change the clocks.
Reed Harmon, Fox 11 News.
We need more rain to reduce the fire risk, and with it came some lightning and thunder tonight. We're flooded with pictures and videos that viewers have been sending us of the lightning tonight in and around Santa Barbara. As you can see, a variety of colors and angles people captured of the lightning strikes. Look at that purple glow in the sky. Some incredible images. We thank you for sharing them with us. You can share your pictures with us anytime through our mobile app or website. With so much going on with our weather, we have both Kelsey and Julia Espinoza working tonight. Let's start with Kelsey in the First Alert Weather Center.
Hi there, Scott. And I was keeping a close eye on that lightning, tracking it using the lightning tracker. We saw hundreds of lightning strikes in the Santa Barbara County area alone. Take a look at all the action that we've seen over the last several hours. The bulk of this took place really from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. You see all of that lightning coming through Santa Barbara South Coast. Now I'll go ahead and put this right into the live mode now, and you can see where we're currently seeing some active rainfall. Primarily where we're seeing that darker green, that's where rain is touching the down. So we're seeing it right along the 101 there in Gaviota, some active rainfall there, as well as in the Vandenberg area, and then some very light precipitation there in the Lompoc area. Now, as I take you back out, I want to show you why the storm is not quite over. It's because we've got another really strong cell heading our way. If you take a look here in Los Angeles, they're really starting to get poured on by not only the lightning popping up across the area, but also by some brief heavy downpours. So we are seeing this even enter Ventura County at this time. Within the next couple of hours, it won't be as powerful as it is now, but some of this energy is going to make its way into the Santa Barbara South Coast area before it fizzles out right along the Central Coast. So there's a good chance, Scott, over the next couple of hours, more thunderstorms and more brief heavy downpours are possible. Again, this has been a very active event. We saw hundreds of lightning strikes locally. Now let's go over to Julia Espinoza. And Julia, you have an update on those rainfall totals for us.
Yes, I sure do. Very active forecast as we kicked off the month of October. You can see totals are quite impressive, especially to those areas south of Point Conception. That's where thunderstorms definitely off as right around 5-6 p.m. And as far as our totals, it really depended on what street you were on. So these are preliminary, and right alongside Santa Barbara City College, 9/100ths of an inch was reported for the Santa Barbara Fire Department. They picked up 2/10 of an inch, which is amazing, and along with San Roque at 2/10 and 8/100ths. Now, once it started to arrive over the Central Coast, it started to fizzle out. Not as impressive when it came to the totals, but nonetheless, we still picked up a few 100ths of an inch from Buellton, Solvang, even Santa Maria picking up 5/100ths of an inch, and for Hollister Ranch, it was just a little bit more of a 1/10 of an inch. So tonight, still keeping a very close eye on that storm, as we could still be seeing the potential for rain and thunder, as Kelsey mentioned. As we take a live view right now from the harbor of Santa Barbara, you can see just some light showers moving on in, but overall, we have definitely cleared away. At 74 degrees at this time, your winds are calm, at least for the city, under 5 miles per hour. Now, temperatures for the Central Coast are cooler. We're at 67 out in Santa Maria into Lompoc, 75 for Paso. San Luis Obispo, you're looking at 61 degrees. And from the past 24 hours, temperatures have warmed up. So when we apply those very warm conditions and very dry fuels, especially towards those interior valleys, the sign and the thought of lightning is not good news, and we're still seeing that potential. This is what could really get a fire going. So for that reason, keeping a very close eye on this storm that is not over yet. We're going to continue to see this storm really bring us plenty of moisture as it spins around over Southern California, and it's expected to move more east as we go into your Tuesday morning. So by your Tuesday afternoon, we should have cleared away when it comes to San Luis Obispo and Santa Barbara County. After that, it's onshore flow that's going to be strengthening, and our temperatures are going to be cooling down. We made it towards midweek, where we are now looking at another trough heading our way, expecting more mid to high level clouds, very similar to today's forecast, but we're also going to be combining a more widespread marine layer, so that could be bringing us some drizzle. By our Thursday night, we see another trough bringing us the potential for some showers going towards your late Thursday and into your Friday morning. So this work week, we're going to be keeping a very close eye. We have a lot of weather going on. Temperatures into tomorrow are also cooling down. So if you're in Santa Maria, expect 72 degrees. Santa Barbara, you're looking at 77. San Luis Obispo, we're going to be at 76 degrees. And you can see your temperatures only declining even further as we wrap things up this work week, dropping down into the 60s, well below average. That's a look at your forecast. Sending it back to you.
Ladies, thank you very much. Winning Powerball numbers were bought tonight in Morro Bay. The California Lottery reports that the winning ticket was sold at an Albertsons in Morro Bay. It's a night to remember there. The biggest lottery prize in months grew larger Monday as the Powerball jackpot climbed to an estimated $685 million, making it the 8th largest in U.S. lottery history. Well, that is 22 minutes of nonstop news and weather to start tonight's hour-long newscast. Up ahead tonight, a congressional standoff over the nation's debt limit. Republicans refusing to budge. 2 weeks and counting to the U.S. defaulting on its debt for the first time ever. The Supreme Court starts hearing cases today that could impact American life as we know it. Why President Biden is asking Congress to pass a law to protect Roe versus Wade. And it's your chance to help the city of Santa Barbara. Advisory positions are now open. We'll tell you about them just ahead.